Hello friends, welcome. In this tutorial, we are going to make the Fruit Ninja game in Scratch, and this is the first part of this series. And in this video, we are going to make the mechanism for throwing out the fruit from the bottom of the screen. So I got inspired to make this Fruit Ninja game while making a review on 5 random Scratch project video. And if you want to watch those random Scratch projects, you can check out the video in the description. I put the link, and for now let's start making the Fruit Ninja game. So first let's get rid of our default sprite. Let me delete it, and let's search for the first fruit. That's obviously the apple. Yeah, and next let's make this apple a little bit bigger. Okay, so I will give a size of about 150, and that looks good. Now we can cut it better, yeah, as the fruit is bigger. And next let's modify our background. Let's grab a background that is exactly of the Fruit Ninja. So for that, I have already downloaded the background of Fruit Ninja. You can download it yourself. Let me just upload it. Just click on the upload icon here, and this one's the background of Fruit Ninja. I'll just open up, and we have got the Fruit Ninja background. It is a little bit smaller, wider, but the height doesn't match, so let's fix it. To fix it, let's convert it to vector first, and after that we can click on the picture and we can just increase the size of the height of the stage like this. Okay, that looks good, and this is our background. That looks great, gives a feel of Fruit Ninja. And let's get back to code, and we are in the backdrop right now. Let's click on the apple. So our apple is here, and today we are going to make this apple. That will make the mechanism to throw this apple from the bottom of the screen, and it will hover around some of the bottom of the screen and get back towards the bottom of the screen. So to make that, let's go to events menu first and drag a when green flag click block, obviously. And after that, let's initialize the position of our apple. First of all, we do not want to see the apple, so let's hide the apple first. Yeah, so let's go to looks menu, go downwards and drag a hide block, attach here. So when we click on the green flag, we do not see anything, but once the apple or any kind of fruit will start appearing from the bottom, yeah, will be thrown from the bottom of the screen. And we have already hidden the apple. Next we want to make a couple of variables for our game, or this apple specifically, because it will have gravity, so that it goes up, and after that it falls downward as well. So to make such kind of motion, we will make a variables like gravity, x velocity and y velocity. And for that, let's go to variables menu and let's make some variables. First of all, let's click on the make a variable, and if you just look at this option here, so we have got two options. One variable is for the all sprites and another is for this sprite only. So we want our variables to be of this specific sprite, so don't forget to click on this option for this sprite only, cause every fruit will have their own gravity, x velocity and y velocity. So we cannot have the variable for all the sprites, okay, for this game. That's why we want the variables to be individual ones. So let's make the gravity for our apple, gravity, by gravity variable. Click OK, and you can see if you have made that variable for the specific sprite, it will look like this apple. It means the variable is for this sprite only. Okay, so let's make another variable. Just click on make variable, and don't forget it's always switched to here, so don't forget to click for this sprite only. Next, the x velocity, x v velocity or velocity, click OK, and we have made the x velocity for apple. Next, don't forget to click on the for this sprite, sometimes I forget, that's why. And y velocity, velocity or velocity, click OK. If you guys don't know what does the x velocity and y velocity mean, it's the velocity or the speed of x, speed of this apple or any kind of object in the horizontal direction if it's x velocity, and in vertical direction the speed is y velocity. Next, let's also create the rotation. So sometimes we can see the fruits rotating also, so let's click on make a variable, and don't forget to for this sprite only, and rotation variable, rotation, rotation, click OK. So we have made these 4 variables. One is gravity, that will pull the apple downwards. Next is the x velocity and y velocity, that will record the horizontal and vertical speed of the apple. And next is the rotation, for the rotation motion of the apple. And after that, what we want to do, we want to throw the apple upwards now. So for that, let's go to where, okay, first of all let's set the gravity. Okay, so let's drag a set gravity variable or set here variable block, and just attach with the height block like this, and we are going to set the gravity to -2. Okay, not -4, -2. So the gravity is given minus because if you look at the coordinated system of the Scratch, you will notice that the more downwards we go, if you go downwards, it starts decreasing, the y coordinate or the y point decreases. Look, right now it's 59, and if I go downwards it decreases to 4, and if you go downwards more it decreases. Okay, so to pull downwards we need to give a negative value, that's why we give the gravity a negative value. And if you go upward, it starts increasing. Look, 14, 65, 112, like this. And next, before throwing we want to add some sound effect of throwing. Yeah, so let's add the sound effect as well. For that, let's go to sounds tab, and let's go to sounds tab here, and next let's choose a sound. So for the throwing of sound, let's go to effect and go downwards. Police siren, no, footstep, loose. Okay, this one, low whoosh. Let's play it. Yeah, this sound I would like to use, so let's click it. Great, let me just increase the loudness. Okay, that's good. And let's get back to code, and after that, after we click on the green flag, we have set the gravity, and after that let's introduce a for loop first. Okay, so let me go to the control and drag a for loop. So we want the apple to be thrown at a certain interval always. Yeah, it goes upwards and then go downwards, and next time it might be somewhere and go upwards again, like that. We need to keep on throwing the apple. And we have already grabbed the forever loop. Next, we are going to add the sound effect now, and let's go to the sounds and drag up play low whoosh sound here. Okay, so if I currently play, it will just keep on playing. this. Yeah, and we also want to throw the apple in certain interval of time. So let's drag a wait block. So let's go to control and drag a wait block just above the start sound block, and we are going to wait for about random amount of time. So we want the throwing of apple a little bit unpredictable. So let's go to operators and drag a pick a random number block and place it inside the wait block, and we are going to wait for about 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. So the apple can arrive at any time of interval. It can be in 0.5 seconds, or it can be in 2, or it can be between those numbers. So if we just right now just click on the green flag, then now you will see the whoosh sound in different intervals. Yeah, like that. It will be very unpredictable. And next we are going to initialize these variables that we just made. Yeah, gravity, x velocity, y velocity, and rotation for this apple. So let's initialize. For initializing the variables, I would like to make a block, separate block for initialization. So let's go to make my block and just click on the my block, and we are going to name this my block initialize ini. What's the spelling of initialize? INITIALIZ. Initialization of the fruit. Click OK. So we have got this defined block here, and here we are going to attach our script. First of all, we need to go to some random place in the bottom of this screen. So let's go to the motions and drag a go to xy block here, and we are going to make our x variable random. That means x position would be random. It can appear from any place, but for the y position it will be clear that it should start from the bottom of the screen. Okay, not from here, not from here. So it always starts from the bottom of the screen. That's why we are going to fix the y position, but for x position we are going to make it random, so that it can appear from any side. Yeah, from in the middle, or from this corner, or in the, or these places. So for that, let's me drag or pick a random block again. So let's go to operator, drag a pick a random block, and we are going to pick the random number from this position to this position. So let's see what are the positions. So let me just show the apple first and let me drag it here. So if you look at it, it's minus 213, and if I put the apple here, it's about 207. So let's make the random position from about minus 200 to 200. Okay, so let's pick the random number from minus 200 to 200, and let me drag this pick a random number block inside the x position of this go to xy block like this. And for the y position, the position is minus 169. 169 is good. Yeah, so it's minus 176. So we want to start from here, about this place, minus 169. It will start appearing from here. So that's it. So we have fixed the position. It will start from the bottom, but we don't know where it starts from. Here, somewhere else. Yeah, so we have initialized the fruit position, and now next let's initialize these values, variables. So for that, let's go to variables menu and drag a set variable block 3 times. Drag 1, drag 2, and drag 3 times. So we have already set the gravity, so it's minus 2 at the first, and now next let's set the x velocity, y velocity, and the rotation. So let me select the x velocity. So for the x velocity, I would like to make it random also. So we are going to make all the things random. so that it will be more unpredictable and it will be more exciting for us to play the game. For that, let's go to operators and drag a pick a random number block 3 times, because we are going to set this all in random numbers. But the random numbers would be, we need to actually fix those random numbers too. Yeah, we just cannot choose any random number. So for x velocity, I'll choose from -15 to 15. Okay, so let me drag this pick a random number block inside this x velocity. So we are going to choose the x velocity between -15 to 15. And next, let me just click on this option and let's set the y velocity. So for the y velocity, we will choose a number between 25 to 35. So this is the speed of apple that will go upwards. And for the y velocity, that might go this way or this way based on which number is it. But for the x velocity, y velocity I mean, so it needs to be going upward. That's why it is all positive numbers, 25 to -35. So it is between these numbers the velocity will be, the y velocity will be. So let me drag this pick a random block inside the set y velocity block. And next, let's select rotation for the next set block. So we are going to set the rotation between about how many, -7 degrees to 7 degrees for rotation. So let's drag this pick a random number block inside the set rotation block like this, and that's it. And next, at last, after we have initialized everything, let's show our apple. So we have hidden our apple. Once we have clicked the green flag, it's hidden, but after that we need to show our apple. So let's go to the looks menu, go downwards, drag a show block at last here. So the initialization is complete. Yeah, so it goes to a random position in the middle, I mean in the bottom of the screen here, and after that it will set x velocity, y velocity and y rotation, and we are going to show that apple. So let's go to my blocks and drag a initialization of fruit block here and attach it with the start sound block like this inside the forever loop. Now our apple has been initialized. So let's see what happens right now. Click on the green flag. So we cannot see apple, so we can see the apple appear here in random fashion, here. Okay, great. So we have made the initialization of apple and it starts appearing here. Now it needs to jump upward or be thrown upward, and it will need to go downwards as well. So let's make that happen. For that, let's go to control and drag a repeat until block. Okay, and let's place it inside the forever loop like this, just below the initialization of fruit. And we are going to repeat the throwing of the apple until the y velocity, I mean the y position of the apple goes upward, and the gravity will pull it downwards, and it will go downwards, and until we want to make it go downward until some distance of the x position here. So let's go to operators and drag a less than operator. And next we are going to check the y position of the apple. So we are going to repeat until y position becomes certain value. So let me go to motions and go downwards, and there is something called y position here. So let me drag it inside the left part of the less than operator like this. So it will check the y position and it should be less than minus 170. Okay, so if the y position becomes less than minus 170, then we need to get out of this loop. That's why. So drag this less than operator inside the repeat until block, and inside this repeat until block we are going to make the code for the gravity, so that it goes upwards, goes downwards, and once it goes downward it cannot go downward below this minus 170 number. Okay, 170 position, and it needs to be, so these two numbers minus 169 and minus 170 should be checked. Okay, so if you put the number that's greater than minus 169, then the code will not work. So make sure if it's 170 here, there should be one more number here. Okay, 169 is more than 170. That's why it starts from here, so it will not get outside the loop. Once it goes downwards and it crosses the minus 170 limit, then only we need to hide that fruit, this fruit for that. Okay, so we are going to repeat until y position becomes minus 1 less than 170. If y position becomes less than 170, it has gone downwards, then what do we need to do? We need to actually hide our apple. So let's go to looks, go downwards, drag a hide block just inside the forever loop, but below the repeat until block, like this. Okay, so if y positions become less than minus 170, we need to hide this apple. And next, now the code that we write for the motion of this apple. Okay, so right now what happens, it's just like this, it just starts appearing and does nothing, like this. And next we start by making the gravity. Okay, first of all we are going to change the y velocity variable. So let's go to the variables menu and drag a change variable block inside the repeat block, and let's select y velocity, and we are going to change the y velocity by the gravity. So let's drag the gravity variable inside this change y velocity block. So we need to keep on changing the y velocity by the value of gravity, so that it will start falling downward eventually. And after that, let's change the x and y velocity, x and y position of the apple. For that we are going to go to motions, go downwards, and there is change x by block, and drag a change y by block inside the repeat until block, and we are going to change the x and y by x velocity and y velocity variable. So let's go to the variables and drag a change x velocity inside the change x by block, and y velocity inside change y by block, like this. So we are going to change the position of this apple by x velocity and y velocity, whatever their value is. So their value will be random at first, and the y velocity will be affected by the gravity also. And after that, let's also do the rotation. So let's see what happens just right now. Yeah, so if I click in the green flag, will it go upwards? Wow, it goes upward. Look, yeah, start upward, and it will be thrown like this. Great, but we cannot see it rotating, so let's rotate it also. Stop it. Okay, for rotation we are going to go to motion and drag a turn 15-degree operator inside here the block, and we are going to rotate it according to whatever the rotation value is. So let's go to variables and drag the rotation variable inside on 15-degree block, like this. And then now let's see if our apple starts rotating. Click on the green flag. Okay, look, the apple has started rotating also. Yeah, so it feels natural too as the apple rotates. Yeah, and next is we need to check if while throwing it just hits these to left or right is left and right is or not, cause sometimes the apple go from here towards here, so that would be bad if we want, if we don't caught it and it goes here. Yeah, go outside this screen. So let's make them hit these walls, these side edges, if they go beyond here. So right now I'll show you. Look, yeah, it has disappeared just here. So it can be the feature of your project or not, but for my case I would like to make the mechanism so that if it hits these side walls, I would like to make it bounce back so that we can cut the fruit. Yeah, so for that I will just go to control and drag an if block inside the repeat until block. Be very careful. Okay, inside the repeat until block, and I will check if its x position is greater than certain value, then I will just move it back here like this. Okay, for that let's me go to the operator menu and drag a greater than operator, and next let me go to the motions menu, go downwards, and there is a x velocity, I think, I mean x position. So drag x position, and we are going to check if x position is greater than certain value. So let me see. So if our apple reaches this much of, that means minus 200, or in this edge about 200, or yeah, so if it hits 200 or beyond, it goes beyond 200, then we are going to make it go backwards here. So if x position is greater than 200, 200, yeah, if it is thrown like this and it goes here and it's already 218, and if it goes beyond, it starts increasing. So if the x position is 200, yeah, or it goes start becoming going 200, then I need to throw it back here inside the stage. For that, let me first of all drag this x position greater than 200 block inside this if operator, and after that I will change the velocity. So let me go to the set variables block and drag a set variable block inside this if block and select x velocity. So I'm going to change the x velocity, or simply I will just make it negative. Yeah, whatever the value is, if I make it negative, it will be in the opposite direction, the velocity will be in opposite direction. If the velocity is 15, it goes here, and after that if I make the velocity minus 15, it will go in opposite direction like this. So for that I will go to operators menu and drag a multiplication operator, and here I am going to go to variable and drag x velocity variable inside this multiplication operator, and in the left side I'll just write minus 1 so that it becomes opposite, and drag this operator inside the set velocity variable block like this. And at last I'll just set the value of x position to 1 less than 200. Okay, so let's go to the motions, go downwards and drag a set x variable, okay, x to inside the if block like this, and I'm going to set it to 199. Okay, so I've checked the position if it is greater than 200 or not. So if it is like this, yeah, 201, then it's greater than 200. Yeah, that means it will set the x velocity to this value. Okay, negate it will make it negative, and after that I'll set the x position also to about 199. Okay, so that it goes back here and then it starts falling downwards or this place, this side. And for this side also I will just apply the same logic. Okay, so this side will be minus 200, so I'll just duplicate this code, place it just below the if block, the first if block, and after that I need to change these two values here. So I'll place the x position in the less than, and then here I'll just write minus 200, and next this code will be the same. Yeah, set x velocity to x velocity into -1, so it will just make the opposite direction the velocity, and then set the x value to -199, and that's it, I think. And now after that it will just keep on moving on, and if it hits this wall, these edges, left or right edge, it will go back and fall downwards in the stage. Let's see, click on the green flag. Look, yeah, it hit the edge and it goes downward. Good. And let me get rid of this variable, we don't want to see it. Go to variables, uncheck everything, and yeah, this is the stage, and the apple is thrown like this, and if it hits the wall, it goes back downwards. Great. So this much for today, guys. So we are able to throw our apple from the bottom of the stage towards the stage, and it goes back downwards also in a natural way, and that's good. And if you like this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next part. Thank you.